fighting and being great. Whatever it is, we're gonna move smart. My team, we're gonna pick smart. We're gonna do it smart until it's time to pick up the pace.
Rajon Chance.
Hey guys, welcome back to SmokeMMA. Today, I'm joined by the unbeaten professional pro boxer, Rajon Chance. What's going on today, Mr. Chance?
What's up, man? How you doing? How's everything?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
So, your last fight was on Saturday, and it was a split decision win over Ilan De Jesus. What was going through your head as the cards were being read?
I mean, it was just basically you wouldn't know like what would go on in your head till like you get there. You feel me? So it's like when I was there, it was like, all right, I'm focused, stay disciplined, don't worry about nothing. So that's basically it. You just gotta stay focused and disciplined. Don't worry about nothing. Worry about yourself and the fighter that's in front of you. Because if you don't focus, then you already know how that go.
Yeah. So what was it like to get that win back after going to a draw with him? What was it like to get the win over him in your next fight?
It was. I can't say it was like I was excited because I was supposed to do that already. It's just the first fight. It's just that, you know what I mean? I wasn't too right the first fight. So the second time I was supposed to do that. It felt good because it was like, all right, I got that off. I was mainly happy to shut a crowd up. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got to remember, I'm 21. It's not like I'm damn near my prime. I'm still young. So it was like to shut a crowd up at that age against a fighter like that.
Yeah.
Because I could have said, no, I don't want to fight him and build myself back up.
Mm-hmm.
No. I couldn't sleep until I fight him again. So that's just how that goes.
Gotcha. So like, why did you want to take that fight again? Like you were saying that you wanted to shut up the crowd, but was there any other motivation behind taking the fight again?
No, and I could beat him.
Got it.
That's why.
So, what changed in training camp for the first fight against him compared to the second fight?
Discipline, staying focused, day in and day out, staying in the gym every day for 2 months. No family, no nothing, just pure dedication. So that's basically it for real.
And then, what was it like to break your 5-win knockout streak? Because you were on you won all your first 5 fights by knockout to then go to decision twice back to back.
I mean, it was I already like I was expected to not have the streak. You know what I mean? Because I'm really like a boxer. I'm a thinker. I'm not like everybody think I was a knockout artist. I'm not like I don't knock people out all the time. It was just it was there, so it happened. But I'm really a boxer, bro. I'm a smart fighter. That's all.
So you focus more on like the sweet science compared to just brawling?
Exactly. Yeah. That's basically it.
Now, was it good to get like a more experience and more rounds under your belt as like you're building up, being at such like an early stage in your career?
Absolutely. It's a great feeling too. Because now you get to pace yourself. You get to think more. You got to compose yourself. If you feel like you're getting tired, you got to think like, all right, what to do now? How to relax yourself. So, yeah, it's fun though. It's real fun. Because boxing is really a sweet science.
Now, was there anything in that rematch that you weren't expecting from your opponent, Ilan De Jesus? Like anything that he did surprise you in the rematch compared to the first fight?
He didn't really do nothing to surprise me. I expected him to fight the way he fought. But it was just the only thing that surprised me was when I started to walk him down. So, you know what I mean? But other than that, it surprised me. Like I said, I was supposed to do that first time. So that's basically it.
So you guys fought in the amateurs as well before you guys fought in the professional ranks. Now, obviously, there's a lot of growth between the amateurs and the professionals. Like you grow a lot between that. Did you feel like there was like a rivalry going into it since like you had beaten him in the amateurs and then you came into a draw that you wanted to beat him in the professionals?
On his end, they say it was a rivalry. On my end, no, because like I said, he caught me when I was lacking, when I wasn't focused enough, when I'm taking the game. I disrespected the game, so the game disrespected me back. So like, as an amateur, when I beat him, it was like, okay, I beat you. It was my first, you know what I mean, grown man I fought. But as a pro, it was like, it was supposed to happen. You know what I mean? So it didn't really nothing new to me. Good fighter though. He's definitely a good fighter though.
So it was just like just normal business at the end of the day, just like everything happened for a reason. Like you beat him and now you're just on to the next. Like there's nothing to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it's a third one, it's gonna have to be later. It ain't gonna be right now.
Yeah.
Later.
So you said the key to winning this fight was the jab. Do you feel like using your jab effectively is going to be something we see throughout your entire career?
Absolutely. A jab is most important. That's what everybody uses. Canelo, Mayweather, everybody. Absolutely. Jab is very important. That sets up everything. You see everything.
So in your professional ranks, you bounce between weights, like between 122 and 130. What weight class do you see yourself competing at the most?
All right. So this how it go. That fight that I fought, that was at, they say it was at 26. But reality is, you can see me?
Mm-hmm.
But reality is, I fight 122. That's what it is. I don't fight no other weight class but 122. I don't fight 130. I don't fight 126. I fight at 122. So the mix-up was, I guess someone told him that he was moving up a weight class. The fight that we originally supposed to happen was at 25. I weighed in at the fight 125. He came in at 23. Even the last fight, I came in at 124. He came in at 123. That's your fault. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Like 122 I can make, but at this time it's like in your career, you can be at 125. You can be at 124. There's no point of being at the exact weight if it's not for no title. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what's the point? You could go to the max. So I was at 20. The fight was at 25. He could have came in a pound over. I'll still fight him because I wasn't. We was not gonna. There was no way you were leaving without me fighting you. So
yeah,
simple.
So you're going to be at 122 for a majority of your career?
Yes, until further notice.
Got it. Then, so before you turned pro, you were originally focused on going to the Olympics and competing in boxing there. What changed from wanting to go to the Olympics to turning pro?
I love USA boxing, but it was getting sometimes it can get political. And the guy, Duke Reagan, he's a great fighter too, but he had all the points. So I was already expected not to go to the Olympics. I was already expected to be, I'm not going to say the word cheated, but I was expected for them to have their favorites. Like you got this kid named Bruce Carrington that I thought won the whole thing, the trials.
Yeah.
But he couldn't go because he didn't have the points, which was unfair to me. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's just how they roll. He had more of the experience, and Duke did a hell of a job out there in the Olympics. So praises to him. So yeah, I mean, the pros was where it was at the time, especially when you about to take a dumb move by just thinking that you about to go to the Olympics. So why not get paid instead of just going for the dumb route and thinking that you're gonna make the Olympics. So that's all.
Gotcha. And speaking of like the Olympics and sometimes being a little unfair, back however long ago when Roy Jones Jr. went to the Olympics, he got cheated out of the gold medal, which turned him to go pro, and that fueled his fire. Do you believe that not going to the Olympics fueled your pro debut more, like put more energy into it? Since you're not going to the Olympics, you wanted to go all out in your professional career?
To be honest with you, and it wasn't that fueled me. It was my last amateur fight as the Golden Glove finals. I lost to Asa Stevens. He another professional fighter too, also a good fighter. So when I lost to him, it was like a hurtful feeling when you looking at that belt, that Golden Glove belt, that beautiful gold belt. So it was like I thought I got that shit. I got it. For him to have it, it was like that. It melted me. It hurt me. So for not to have that feeling again, you gotta. Oh man, it take you to another level for.
Gotcha. So then early in your career, I don't know if you still train with them today, but you trained with Shakur Stevenson and Vito Malnicki Jr. What did you learn from them, and what tools do you still use today that they taught you?
Lil Vito is my little man, but Lil Vito is definitely a good boxer. So, but if I was to have to say what I learned from, it would have to be Shakur Stevenson. That's my big bro. So it's like I learned a lot: range control, how to stay in the gym 24/7. it's just so much I learned from him, not just with boxing, but with life period. So that's a smart brother.
So you've mentioned a lot throughout the interview so far about discipline, staying in the gym. Do you believe like staying out of the gym too long can mess up going back into it?
Everybody's different.
Mm.
Because you give me a break, I'm not gonna say here and lie to you. I took a break before, but I come back, I always seem sharper. But reality is when you stay in the gym, sometimes you don't want to overdo it, but it's like you still want to stay a little sharp here and there. Take a little day off, take this off, but you still want to have like a days where you end the gym, days where you just feel like, all right, let me sharpen up. Like I took 2 days off the gym. I
Yeah.
felt like a fucking loser. So it was like, oh nah, I just want to go to the gym. So it was like, all right, let's go to the gym. Like you feel good. So I don't think that it will like affect everybody, but I feel like if you're not disciplined enough and you just bullshitting around, yeah, that's what I think for real.
Gotcha. So early in your career, you your first pro fight was on a PBC card, and it was a relatively big card. What was it like fighting on such a big stage as your first professional fight?
It was dope. It was real dope. I think up front, I had a little chill to like the oh shit. But as like that bell rang, everything goes out the window.
Mhm.
It was dope. It was like I belonged there. So
And now you fought on 4 Premier Boxing Champions or Showtime cards. Do you feel like that is accelerating your career at a faster pace than it would be if you were not fighting on these big cards?
absolutely. You know what I mean? You got my guy Chris Colbert, Primetime Promotions. You got Al Heyman,
Mhm.
PBC. They all look out. I love it. I love the process. I love how they building me. I love it. So it's like basically I just feel like all I gotta do is just stay ready. So I ain't gotta get ready.
Yeah.
That's all.
So backtracking a little bit, what was it like having the amateur career you had? Did that help put you at a better spot when you turned pro?
Absolutely. Because even as an amateur, it helps you build your mindset. Like for example, like when amateur boxing, there's a lot of robberies. That's why
Mhm.
when I hear Lomachenko record, I'll be like, how did you not get robbed in the amateurs, bro? So it's like, okay, I guess that's just him. But
Mhm.
in America, you just gonna be a lot of robberies. If you're not from around there, you gonna get robbed unless you stopped them, or unless it was like, damn, there's no way, like you know what I mean. But you gonna
Yeah.
get robbed. They gonna take the fight from you. So like amateur boxing and even USA boxing, it builds you mentally, it builds you skillfully and physically, and make you who you are to go into the pros. So in my opinion, I think a lot of people should do like USA boxing and amateur boxing. So
Gotcha. So touching a little bit on robberies, do you still feel like that's a problem in the professional ranks or just not as much as the amateurs? Like, do you still feel there's a lot of
hell yeah.
robberies in
I mean
the
it's
ranks?
always gonna be a problem, but regardless of what, sometimes even with like the robberies or robbing other people, I get it sometimes because it's a business. Like for
Mhm.
example, say for example, who can I give an example to? Canelo and Caleb playing. God forbid, everybody, a lot of people had Caleb winning. A lot of people
Mhm.
had Canelo winning. Me
Mhm.
personally, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I had a 6'4" Caleb,
Yeah.
but Canelo is a monster. It's someone you don't want to sleep on. So if you think that that decision was not gonna go Canelo way, you had another thing coming because Canelo is boxing right now. You're not gonna be Canelo right now unless you clearly like, damn, Canelo, you can't fuck with him.
Yeah.
It got to be clearly. It can't be on no, it's close. Because if it's close, it's Canelo.
Mhm.
So Canelo makes the money. Wherever fight, Canelo can fight me, and I'm gonna be pay-per-view. Payday. Thank you, sir. So regardless of what, Canelo is that was just that guy. So sometimes the robbery can be political for good and bad reasons, but you don't want that to happen in boxing, especially with a fighter that works hard and worked his ass off for that fight. So gotta respect it.
Yeah. So even on some boxing promotions, they touch on this where it's like to beat the champions or to beat the pay-per-view stars, you have to blow them out of the water or stop them.
Yeah,
And you touched
absolutely.
on that too. Do you believe that that's a good or bad thing, like to blow them out of the water to win?
Mm, you don't want to put it like this. You don't want to over stress yourself. You don't want to think, oh, I gotta overdo it. Let it flow. Let it come. If it's a close fight, try to make it a wide margin by just relaxing and staying composed and knowing you had a good camp, knowing that you know what to do in the situation. But you don't want to focus on, damn, that clear out round was close, because it can fuck you up mentally in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
So you just want to stay having fun. That's basically it.
And then talking about mentality, a lot of people say boxing is more mental than physical. Now,
Absolutely.
do you agree with that? Or
absolutely not hands down?
So like on a scale, like, would you say it's like 80-20%, like mental, physical, or like what would you say?
Mental. But scale, 100%.
Gotcha.
Not even 80, 100%.
Then we got, so after ending 2021 in a dominant fashion that you did, winning your last fight in split decision, what do you plan on doing with that momentum going into 2022?
I plan on getting more fights, building the right way. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be real. A lot of people tell me I should have took the fight. But a lot of me knowing and my team knowing that we can beat them, we took the fight. So going into 2022, I plan on building, not even building on no easy shit, but building enough. And you know what I mean? Getting some competition in, fighting. I just plan on fighting and being great. That's basically that's my answer. I can tell you, fighting and being great. Whatever it is, we're gonna move smart. My team, we're gonna pick smart. We're gonna do it smart until it's time to pick up the pace. You know what I mean? So that's basically it.
You fought 3 times in this calendar year for 2021. How often do you plan on fighting next year?
I plan on fighting, let's say 6. 6. If they can give it, because I know through the COVID, a lot of things are going to shut down. And a lot of boxing, you know what I mean? I'm expecting. I'm ready for the shutdown. I'm expecting it because I didn't think it was going to go skyrocket like that. But I'm expecting the stuff to shut down. So I'm going to just stand in the gym, stay sharp, and stay ready.
So your goal is to fight 6 times in this year?
Yeah, because I'm expecting. If I can't get it, I wouldn't be shocked. If it's 4 or 3, I wouldn't be shocked because COVID is kicking ass right now. I ain't gonna front. COVID is boxing right now.
So now your last fight, going back to it, was on Christmas. Do you like fighting on these big holidays, or do you prefer to fight on different days, or like what do you like to fight?
It depends though. Like for example, Fox is a Christmas channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Fox got football. They got everything. So, a lot of people watch sports, get drunk and watch sports. So it was cool to fight on Christmas because that's one of the channels is like, oh shit. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. You know what I mean? So and there was millions of people watching. Even my Instagram blew up and looks like I'm gonna be verified soon. So it's like, all right, cool.
So then in your fight, you had a very touching moment. I forgot all around. But in between rounds, you went up and you hugged your dad and you hugged, I think, your other trainer. What was going through your head in that moment?
What was going through my head through that moment, I'm going to be completely blunt with you. I'm going to be honest as a feather. We shut them the fuck up. That's basically it. We shut them like I said, Elon's a great fighter.
Yeah.
But the team that was talking, the hate that was coming to me, like you gonna get knocked out. Oh, this is gonna happen to you. Oh, we got him in 3. Okay. So it was like we shut them the fuck up. But humbly, like I'm not even gonna boost nothing. I'm not gonna talk shit. It's just that's what we did. And I gotta respect. They talked the first fight. I was humble for 2 months, ain't say nothing.
Yeah.
And that's one of the hardest part as for me to do is just not say nothing. Keep your composure and worry about the fight. We gotta fight. So it was like, cool, you got it. You got it. So that was it.
Gotcha. And so that's all the questions I have prepared. Up next, I want to switch to a thing I like to call 10 and 10, where I list the top 10 contenders in your weight class, the 122-pound weight class, and you just give your thoughts on them and what you think of them.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna only name a few that I know. I don't even know the top 10 because I'm gonna be ready for them when that time comes. So it's basically like Cool Boy Steph, I plan on really fighting him when it's like when you ready. You feel me?
Yeah.
Ready. So it's like it'll happen. It'll happen. And Brandon Figueroa, I doubt if he stay at 122. He is big, but I'm big too. So I don't even care how big, I don't care. Cause I know I'm gonna be big. Who else? You got this kid named Luis Neri. I like him. Real tough competitor. I'm ready for him too when that time comes. Like I said, you hear the key when that time comes. It's gonna happen. But regardless of what, I won't be shocked if, because I'm still young, and they like me and got a little bit more experience than me at the moment. So I wouldn't be shocked if they moved up, and I'm, you know what I mean, and then I'm in the top 10 contenders fighting for the belt, or I have the belt. Feel me? So that's just how that go. But other than that, that 122 weight class, whew, something to be reckoned with. Not gonna lie.
Now, how long do you believe it will be till you get up in those ranks and you're fighting for the title?
I wouldn't be surprised after next year. After next year or 2 years. But I could see myself holding the weight because all you gotta do is eat right and stay disciplined. Once you get out of character, now, I can't name that one, buddy.
Yeah, so you named about like the top 5 in the weight class. If possible, can I name like 2 or 3 more guys? And then if you know them, you just touch on them. So then we got Ronnie Rios. We name Luis Neri. Daniel Roman. Angelo Leo.
I know him. Good fighter. Good fighter. Good fighter. Good fighter.
And
that's
then,
the Spanish guy.
Yeah.
Yes, good fighter. Good fighter.
And then you name the rest of this top 5. So that's all I got for 10 and 10. So then up next, I just want to run through a few upcoming fights with you. And then you just give your prediction on them, who you think will win and why.
Top 5 prediction?
Like I'm going to name a couple fights, and then you just give your thoughts on them. Like you say who you think's going to win.
All right, let's go.
Starting out the list, we got Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin.
Luis Ortiz, easy.
Then we got Jose Ramirez versus Jose Pedraza.
Jose Pedraza. I like Pedraza.
Then we got Joe Smith Jr. versus Callum Johnson.
Say it again.
Joe Smith Jr. versus Callum Johnson, light heavyweight bout.
Joe Smith Jr.
Then we got Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall.
Josh Taylor.
Then we got Charlo versus Castano 2 for all the belts.
Woo! I ain't gonna front. I think Castano got his heart. So Castano, I'm going with him.
Now, what was your opinion on the first fight? Who'd you have it going for at the end?
Castano. Hell no. That was a draw, correct? That fight was a draw, right? Yeah. Castano came to fight. But I ain't gonna front. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. Not taking nothing away from Charlo. You know, both PBC fighters. I ain't trying to talk my shit, but I'm gonna be honest. Charlo got power. Because they hurt each other. So I want to know if both men are willing to go back and try to hurt each other. So that's what it depends on. But Castano coming to fight.
Do you think that this fight will be another fight where they're just fighting like they were last time, where they were just no holding back? Or do you feel like this one's gonna be more tactical?
I think Charlo will come out smarter, but Castano don't give a fuck. He gonna fight.
Then we got Amir Khan versus Kell Brook.
That's a tough one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna give it to Kell Brook though, because Amir Khan a little suspect.
A little chinny.
Yeah.
Then we got Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios.
Mario Barrios. I like that guy. Hell of a fighter. So
that's all I got for these upcoming fights. Up next, I got 2 more questions for you. Who is your current top 5 pound-for-pound fighters?
Easy. Okay. My number 1, Shakur Stevenson. Number 2, I like Chris Colbert. Number 3, Terence Crawford, hands down. Number 4, who am I gonna give 4 to? I'll give it to somebody. Who the fuck? would it be? I like Ugas. Hell yeah, Ugas. Number 5. Even though I ain't gonna front. He number 1 out of all of them. All right, give me 6. Give me 6. Give me 6.
All right.
Number 5, Canelo. Number 6, I like Caleb Plant. Only reason why I'm gonna pick through 5 and 6 like that because Canelo beat Caleb, but I like Caleb Plant. That's my guy.
And then so a couple matchups that people were talking about for a few people in your top 5 or top 6 was who you have in Terence Crawford versus Aeros Pence Jr.
Terence Crawford. But the thing with Aero, I think they should. Aero fan Ugas next, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
that
I
fight
think,
is getting in the works.
in my opinion, after I see that fight, that's going to really determine it. But at this moment, I have Terence for the win. Not by knockout though, unanimous.
You think it's just gonna go to decision?
Yeah, for sure.
And then we got Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez.
Shakur Stevenson, easy. You're gonna stop him.
Do you feel like
go to decision, but stop him. I got that.
do you feel like Valdez has trouble getting into range and Shakur Stevenson's going to take advantage of that, or like how do you see that fight playing out?
Hey, I know Shakur, so that boy right there got skills that no one's seen yet. I seen it for myself. He has skills. He got sneaky power. He got skills that no one can match yet. I've seen him fuck up a lot of world champions. Can't say no names, but that boy is cold. He is so cold, bro. I swear.
All right. And then my final question to you is, what is your fantasy matchup to make in boxing, and who is your fantasy opponent to fight?
Fancy. Chris Colbert and Shakur Stevenson. But they both my brothers. I would not be in none of their camp, but that would be a match I would love to see. And person I would fight, like I keep saying, Cooper Steph later on. Even if it's at 26 and we both don't got belts, I just would like to fight him. It'll be cool as fuck to be in the ring with somebody like that.
All right, that's all I got. So, is there anything you want to say to anyone watching?
Everybody watching, thank you for your support, and stay tuned. There's gonna be more Picasso coming soon.
Congratulations again on your win last Saturday. All your social medias will be in the bio of this video. And yeah, thank you for doing the interview with me.
Appreciate it, bro.